Arsenal SLR104 back to business, baby. And what a day, what a lovely day today. It's snowing, the winter is back. I love this shit. Finally back from the desert, and as you guys know, we are plowing through another 1,000, or at least trying to see what the SLR104 can handle. And first let me talk about, we had a little bit of the panic attack, or should I say bubbles attack, because bubbles started piling up on the barrel during the magazine dumps, but somehow this rifle just sucked them up in and the bubbles disappeared. I will take a pictures, but you can clearly see the bubbles were forming. As you know, I did talk to Robert from KVAR during my interview from the SHOT Show about this finish, and basically Arsenal saluted me with the one finger and told me that they will stick to that kind of the finish. So I guess you have to take the bubbles as a normal thing on those Arsenals. Anyhow, moving away, the event of the day was today Ascent Tornado test. And as you guys know, the Ascent Tornado test, I always say that pretty much every rifle will fail, because it's just you clogging up the scent to the chamber, to the action of the rifle, so they have to fail at some point. And it's completely unscientific test, but you guys like it. Every time when I was trying to remove it, you were screaming, bring the Ascent Tornado back. So here we go. But anyhow, Arsenal entered the Ascent Tornado test, and it raped the Ascent Tornado test, completed all 30 rounds with the smile on his chamber and asking for more. Unbelievable performance on the Arsenal SLR104. And those guys who will say, because at the beginning all I was dumping the scent, it was a little bit lighter, but you can see as we were progressing there was more and more scent coming through the chamber, and that rifle just plowed through it, I'm very proud of what the Arsenal did on that Ascent Tornado test. All 30 rounds went down the pipe, and it had appetite for more. Feed me more, that was the message. All right, you can see afterwards we clean up. I have found a big pieces of like rocks even inside the receiver. I don't even know how is that possible, you know, that the pieces like this are being dumped and the rifle still cycles, but it did very well. 30 rounds down the pipe, cleanup was done. I did make sure that the rifle is working, because it's cold today, there's not much that I could do. I just tried to dust it off, and that's it. Rifle did work, and we tied up the rope, and it was a time for the water test. And as I said, today it's a little bit like 21-22 degrees. The water unfroze during the last week because we had a warmer weather, but as you can see, today is really getting, you know, back to the cold business. And rifle flew to the water, and I removed the rifle from the water. Make sure I remove the basically a magazine plug. We try to keep the dirt from the pound, from the you know, that dirty water away from the action. I plug it in the new fresh magazine with the rounds, and the rifle went through those rounds like a sewing machine. Extremely proud again of the Arsenal SLR. It's keep surprising me. All right, so again, all rounds expanded after the water test. You can see the smoke was coming out from the gas tube, and then we put that Holosun ACSS red dot was on it, and it hit the muddy bottom. So I had to flush it out and clean it up with the water, and the red dot is working perfectly fine too. These are outstanding dots, guys. This is our goat fucker combo on the website with that ACSS red dot. Outstanding red dot. You know, this is a really very good system for that type of the rifle. But this is not the end of the adventures. As you remember, we had the problem after the drops in the previous episode, that bunny ear on the front post decided to go inside and was completely bent over. And I promise you that I'll fix it with the rack, against the rack. And we found the piece of the concrete slab, and I basically jammed the edge of this bunny ear here. I jam it against it, and then I just give it a few good whacks with the rack. Ha! I fucking knew! That's how you fix AK. Picture, please. And boom, just like this. Now that's how you fix the AK, with the rack against the freaking rack. And the rifle is working perfectly fine. For some reason I'm pumped today. I don't know why. I think it's because of that weather. But I want to let you know that the bunny ear on the front post is fixed. But as we always say, enough with the bullshit talk. Let's dive inside the rifle and see what we got inside. Let me remove the red dot. Magazine fall down somewhere there. Hopefully I will not forget to recover it. A dust cover, I don't even care about scratches and bends on the dust cover. Everything is wet, guys, because it's snowing right now. I'll wipe it off as much as I can, and you know, to show you the pictures. But don't, and there's still water in the receiver from the swimming test. So don't get upset. I'm trying to do my best. Okay, all right. The Recoil Spring is looking absolutely normal. Nothing is happening. This wear-off mark, it's a signature mark for the Arsenal rifles. So nothing to report here. Moving on. Let me dump that trigger. And I know everyone is waiting. How's that tail at the end of the bolt carrier looking like? So let's have a look. First I will remove the bolt, put the bolt away, and let's have a look at that tail. And guys, I think that, yeah, it's splashed a little bit more. So there is a progression. This deformation is progressing. I'm, you know, honestly, I'm not going to bullshit you. You can see, even looking from this angle from the top, you can see like the you know, tail is splashed. So this is happening because of that ALG trigger is hammering that end tail. The trigger hammer is harder than this. That's basically it. There is no magic. There is no, you know, some miracles here. This is what's happening. All right, inside the channel for the bolt, I don't see any marks. As always, you should be looking at the pictures, cycling at the front of your eyes. Let me see. The piston head is still holding up. The piston at the end is just horribly dirty, and it's just classic, you know, wear-off marks after the 3,000 rounds at this point. But everything here is looking good, with the exception of you know, that tail. Again, we'll continue to monitor it. 3,000 rounds past us. Now let's have a look into the bolt. Tip of the firing pin, just the tip is looking perfectly fine. No deformation on the firing pin. I'm suspecting that some sand got to the face of the bolt because it's all white for some reason. So probably the sand was getting splashed when the rifle was cycling. And the face of the bolt and the extractor is looking perfectly fine. The locking lugs and on the rear, everything is looking good, guys. This is absolutely nothing to report. The end of the bolt and the firing pin, all is looking good. It's a free floating firing pin. Nothing really here. The bolt is looking good. This is how you want to see the bolt after 3,000 rounds, guys. Absolutely awesome. All right, let's have a look, guys. Remember I told you about that bullet guide getting deformed a little bit by the bolt, but you know what, that didn't. Let me grab this, try to wipe it out to see better. Now I think it's like how it was before. I really don't see, you know, I'll take a picture so you can judge it by yourself, but that's the bullet guide. And the Truyon is looking awesome. Nothing here. I always look at these edges to make sure everything is good, but everything is good. All here is looking good. Chamber is looking perfectly fine. And the top of the rails, all good. Trigger is looking good. That trigger hammer is looking good. We don't have any problems with that rivet, of course, because I did take care of that end tail of the disconnector, so nothing is happening there. Awesome safety, guys. This is awesome safety from WBP. This is mil-spec Polish safety, and it's working on all these rifles. This is a very cool upgrade. Alright, flipping to the bottom of the trunnion. Trunnion is looking absolutely cool. At the bottom, rivets are all holding up. I don't see anything really to complain. All the rivets are staying in peace, and nothing moved out. So this is how you want it. The rear side leaf, let me flip it, no cracks on it. And you guys may be offended that I'm checking the simple things like this, but from the other rifles we know we have to pay attention to all these small details, because you never know where you can see the foobar happening. All here is looking good. As I said, those bubbles, they disappeared. They just, it's like if you guys watched the Terminator 2, when that other bad Terminator was just like morphing back in. This is how this shit works here, okay? I don't know what Arsenal did with that paint, you know, but it is what it is, guys, at this point. And here is everything is looking good. Let me lift the locking lever for the gas tube, remove the gas tube with the, of course, the cheese grater handguard on the top. Pirate for you guys. Everything is looking good inside the gas tube. No damages, and I'll be shocked if I will see something. But then again, I was shocked before. So here, barrel, and yeah, you can see the paint, basically it's flaking off. It's not just my paint is gone, okay, but that's their paint right now. It is what it is. Just you know, hate it, love it, either way, this is what's happening when you put a lot of pressure on that rifle. A gas block is looking inside absolutely clean and nice, and all the pins are staying in place. Nothing is moving out. Let me check that block. Everything here is looking good as well. And at this point, guys, the mag catch release, everything is looking good. That trigger is basically awesome, but you have to be aware what will be happening. But you can see how quickly you can do the dumps with it, and fast shooting and everything. We did put up, you know, I did some action shooting on the steel targets, and it's freaking awesome. You can really make quick shots. It's working very, very cool, that ALG AKT. Now they call it, I think, EL trigger, because ALG changed the name. But enough, guys, this is it. I think so that pretty much that covers the whole rifle. If I have missed something and you spotted something on the pictures, don't be afraid to point this out. I'm just a human, guys. I do make mistakes. If you want to correct me on something, let me know, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting our store, guys. I'm always grateful, because thanks to the store we can make those videos like this and be independent, basically. All right, thanks for your support, and stay tuned for the head spacing test. We have to reset and prepare it, so it will be a footage at the end of this video. No-go test, SLR104, 3,000 rounds later. Let's go. And I cannot close it, guys. Nothing. Let me see it again. We'll smash it this time. Nothing. And one more shot just to be fine. Shot to the head. All right. All good. All good. Arsenal lives for another day. Ahoo! Ahoo! Ahoo!